Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. I hope you all have had a super fantastic, sparkling, winning Wednesday. We have had a fantastic day. So, what wins were you celebrating this week? What wins were you celebrating today? It was actually a pretty cool day. Got on before my training this morning, didn't I? Yeah. So the training theme was all about winning Wednesday. So we got to celebrate wins that people had during the week, which was kind of cool. I love that. And we got to celebrate some of the wins the company have had in the last year. So that was awesome. And then I had my accountability call and got to celebrate my wins with my accountability coach on the stuff that I had completed, the stuff I have in progress. And that was a fantastic call as well. Then I had time to make lunch and get it ready, and then I was on to the chats for the day, and it was a fun day on the chat. It was different varieties. I had a couple of questions that were the same stuff that seemed to be a theme throughout the day, but overall it was lots of different questions coming in. Usually you tend to get the same things over and over and over again, but today it was a wide variety of questions coming in, which was awesome, because it was sort of like, I got to think about that one. I don't know the answer to that one. So it was a great day on the chat. And Zephy, if you watched our morning one, we took Zephy to the dog park this morning where she had a really, really good run, only because she was being harassed by this German Shepherd that would not leave her alone and would not allow her anywhere near me, which I was not happy about. But Zephy got in a good run. She got some good fast runs in. She managed to stay away from the German Shepherd just by running, but it cut down her access to her water. And I seem to be like one of two that have brought water in with us, because you always take water to the dog park with you, especially this one, because they don't have water inside the park for the dogs. A lot of the other dog parks we've been to, there's been water available inside the park. This one you have to go outside of the park over near one of the other parks, because they had the to get where they have the water fountain outside. But yeah, so she got a good run, and she has literally slept the entire day. We got back here, and she just waited patiently while I took off her safety belt, and then I put on her leash, and she just quietly let out of the car and just walked up the stairs into the RV. Normally but no, she walked up today. And then she went and had a drink of water, had something to eat, and then went and hopped up on her bed on the dashboard up there, looked out there, put her head down on the edge of the bed, and it was basically her gone for the rest of the day. She did get up at one point and walked rather than trotted into the bedroom and up onto the bed and went and made herself comfortable. And I literally and then I thought, I'm going to have to go. And 5 o'clock came and went, and I didn't even realize what the time was. I was head down, tail up, working. And when I looked at the clock, it was like 5:15, and I was like, where's my dog? And she was still in bed asleep. She wasn't coming out. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to have to go and, you okay? Hi. Maybe I have to go out and I have to go over and wake her up. But no, then she comes out and walks past me and goes and lays down in the middle of the floor, sprawls out on a slide and goes back to sleep. I'm like, is that her telling me she wants to go for a walk? She doesn't have the energy to wait. And we just got back from a very slow-paced, very sedate walk. It's one of the slowest walks that I've had with her. So I'm hoping that she's okay. I've already given her a couple of massage rub downs today, so she may get another one and see if she flinches anywhere. And I have the pain meds the doctor gave me should she have problems with her legs again, like she did that one other time. But we'll see how she does. But it's been a very quiet day as far as inside the RV goes. It has been not too bad on the chat today. It was nicely paced. I wasn't harassed. I didn't have like stacks of chats up and all of that. It was a good paced day today, which is kind of nice since the head office is in the process of moving right now. So we've got no printing or no production or shipping in the next 2 days. So while they get all the machines and everything moved over to the new temporary location and get it all up and running and calibrated and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, they've been doing a fantastic job. So it's been difficult when you have to tell people, well, we're going to put that question over to the team, but there may be a delay because they're currently moving buildings the next couple of days. So it could be Monday before we hear back. Kind of felt a little like, you've got to wait till Monday. I said, if we may hear from them before then, we may, but it's, Monday for sure. And yeah, but it's just one of those things when you're moving and doing things. Yeah, things are going to change. Processes are going to be a little slower. But overall, it's apparently the move's going, from what I've heard, the move is going really, really good. Hopefully they'll be back up and running sooner than they think, which would be nice. Then they'll have to work on all that backlog that's gone. But anyway, it's been an awesome, awesome day. But my thought is that, well, if somebody's having difficulty getting a campaign, an automation up or whatever, and they want to get it out, they got extra time to work on it because it's not going to go out till Monday anyway. So, or are they doing some pickups over the weekend? Maybe doing some pickups over the weekend. But they have a little time. It's not like they have to get it in today so it gets printed tomorrow and shipped. Yeah, that one is on hold for now. So, but I enjoy it. It's good. And I had nobody come back and say, oh, but I need it right now, or anything like that. Everybody was sort of like very accepting of it, which I appreciated. The fact that, I'm telling them up front, there may be a delay in getting the response to you. This is why the delay may be coming. But we will let you know as soon as we hear anything. So, and everybody has been very accepting. Nobody came back and said, well, I want an answer right now. We didn't have to get to any of that. It was all nice. Everybody was polite on chat today. It was nice. Sometimes we get some people who aren't so polite, but today was a very polite day, and I'm very grateful for that and very thankful for that. And I had the energy for it as well. One other thing I got to listen in on today while I was working was the person who ran the manifesting challenge that I just finished on Friday had a Q&A session, and it only went for half an hour. And they had already pre-selected the people that they were going to bring on that could ask this person the questions and things. And it was very interesting just to listen to that while I was working, and it lifted my vibration a little bit, which was kind of cool. So, and I'm happy because I found the book, because I was trying to think, what do I do now? The manifesting challenge is finished. Now what do I do? And I had this little voice inside my head telling me which book to go read. And that's the one that on Monday morning yesterday morning I was looking for, thinking it was in my box under the table here, and I ended up clearing out that box and just putting in it what actually had to be in there, and got rid of all the trash, the magazines and everything else that wasn't supposed to be in there, and the book wasn't in there. And so I found it today. It was in the storage area underneath the bed, sitting with the other book that I've got of hers and that I have read. So I have these two books sitting here now, so I can go and read one of them. And I'm sort of like, how am I going to read it? Because I picked up both books. Hang on, I've got them right here. These are really good books. This is the first one of hers that I read. Yes, and you can see I have lots of flags and stuff underlined and highlighted and everything else in here with lots of little, yeah, it's a very well-read book. This is the first book I read of hers after Brad passed. I found this book about 6 months after he passed, and that helped a lot to get through what I was going through. And then the following year, when I was actually on the road, I got her the next book, which is this one. And yes, this one's been well read as well and flagged and everything else. And so I'm looking at diving back into this one because that's the one that I got, my little voice in the head told me I had to read today. So these two are actually sitting together, and yes, both very well read. So now I have to try to ignore, because sometimes when you get on a page and you say, oh, what if I highlight that? And you forget about the bits in between the highlights, because it could be that's where the message is that you need to hear this time through. And there are some books that I have read over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. In fact, replaced several times because I've worn copies out. And I have to force myself not to jump to the highlighted passages, because this time I'm hearing different messages come through. And every time I read, I use a different colored highlighter. So the first time through this one, The Universe Has Your Back, I was using, just a pink pen, pink ink pen. Yep, the pink pen. So I was just using a regular, where is it? Just a regular pen on that one. And then on Super Attractor, it was a yellow highlighter. Actually, it looks more green than yellow. It is green. That's right. I ran out of the green highlighter partway through this, and I had to switch to a different green highlighter. So this time when I go through, I will be using a different colored highlighter to help me. Oh, what are these? Ooh. Yes, we'll go back to those later. Just little notes I found from things I had to do a while ago. I want to go back and see if I've actually done them. So this time I did a green, so this time I'll use a different colored highlighter. And different shaped Post-its. These ones have got the petal. These ones were shaped like petals on a flower. Let's see if I can find one. Oh, okay. So they were shaped like teardrops, but they're actually in like a flower shape. And they were really good because you could write on the bubble piece of it and then use the pointy piece to point to where you actually, point to what you wanted to read or whatever. So it's been pretty cool. So I will be starting Super Attractor. And so I was thinking about with Zephy, getting her back into going to a dog park daily. And I was thinking, because having her cooped up is not the good thing to do all the time. I need to get her out and get her running. That was my bad parent. We're turning into good parent. And so I thought, well, if I take her every morning, what if I do morning one day, evening the next, morning next, and keep going in that rhythm? And that gives her recovery time between each visit to the park before we start adding in, let's do an extra morning here or an extra evening here. Let's go twice in one day and start building her up till we're going, 5 or 6 times a week. We're going, twice a day or something like that. Because she does need a good run. She has the energy to burn. Now she's back on her bed laying there looking at me. She'll be waiting for her TREATSs, which go along with a bit of training. So that'll be interesting. Yes, this morning she was having trouble standing on her back legs after we got back from the park. That was from all that hard running. So I gave her a break on doing anything on her back legs, like walking backwards, walking forwards, standing in place. But this is funny. I was in the recliner last night and watching. What was I watching? It was a TV show. Maybe it was a movie. I can't remember. I was watching something. I don't know what I was watching. Because I was on the iPad doing my jigsaw thing and just having the TV going as background noise. And so I'm sitting there and I'm kind of leaning on the left arm, which is the one that's closest to the stairwell to go to the outside door. And all of a sudden I hear this whack, whack, whack on my arm. Like, what? And Zephy had backed herself up beside the recliner, decided she wanted attention. So she lifts her tail and starts wagging it. So it's hitting me on the arm. I'm like, really? And she just looks at me and looks forward again. Like, well, get scratching my butt. So that's how she's getting it. And then if I'm in the bathroom, she comes up on that outside wall and starts whacking her tail on the wall to say, I want attention. So she's finding ways by herself to ask for attention. It's kind of funny because if she sits in front of me and I pretend to ignore her, she will go to the side now and back her. She goes forward. Then she literally backs herself up, does her little adjustments, backs herself up next to the chair and then whack, whack, whack on the arm. So she keeps me amused. But anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Enjoy the rest of your winning Wednesday. Remember to celebrate those wins so it keeps the excitement going and keeps the momentum moving forward. And we'll catch you back here bright and early tomorrow morning for Thankful Thursday. Hey, konara.